What is going on, Sports Wars? I'm just filling in till Ryan gets down and gets to his microphone. We are watching the Miami Heat Game 4 that is happening in Boston right now, and the Miami Heat are getting trashed. They're getting slapped around like a stepchild. I don't know if I could say that on YouTube, but I just did. All right, so there we go.
I've said far worse. 60 seconds in, stream's done.
They literally had 1 point with like 8 minutes in. Is that correct, Johnny? It was like 8 minutes.
7 minutes in, they had one.
They only had 1 point.
Well, they got down to, I believe, like 2.5 minutes, something like that, until they made their first field goal, and that was the longest drought in the last 25 years in a playoff game. It's insane.
It was pretty bad. But we are here. We are live for Sports Wars. I know that the Sports Wars content has not been as consistent as usually. It's because we're all here together in Orlando. We're in the Geeks and Gamers house. If you're not subscribed to Geeks and Gamers, you might not know that. But I am here with Johnny Arnett, who you guys see pretty often on the Sunday streams now. And, of course, Drunk 3
The number one Miami Heat fan. And people are asking what the score is. It is Miami 36, Boston 63 in the third.
We got an inverted score at the start of the second half. 36-63. It's been rough, and you are a Miami Heat fan. You've been talking big about the Miami Heat going all the way. This is their year. And now, it looks like Boston is ready to tie this thing up.
Tie the series up. I don't know what changed in their offense. It just seems like they think that it would go in, and maybe it was like this one-on-one style offense where one person at the top of the key would have the ball and just drive it in without any passing. Like, I don't understand why they were doing that. It's costing them everything.
They are coming out actually with decent energy offensively in the second half. It's just they're so far behind at this point. Well, they're being aggressive. They're getting down in the paint, and so they're doing some of the right things, but they've built themselves too much of a hole at this point.
I mean, we saw this in game one, and Miami went on an incredible run in the third, but it doesn't look like.
Yeah, I mean, well, Miami's not exactly built to come back from this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We saw Golden State in, what was it, game 2 against Dallas? Golden State in game 2 against Dallas, they were down like 30 points or something, 25 even at some point in the second half. And they came roaring back against a Dallas team that could not keep up with them. But
I mean, look at that. Even Jimmy Butler, it's just like
wide open.
What does he have? 6 points right now going in the third.
Yeah.
He's not looking like Jimmy Butler.
Nothing's fallen. And to be honest with you, based on the shots that the Celtics have had this game, based on the shots that they've missed, the score should be a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, a lot worse.
It's another wide open 3-point miss for the Boston Celtics. They have not been playing very good basketball, but that's a great block from
But there's Miami again, not passing, one person going down the lane while everyone else is standing around. Look at that. They're lucky to get the rebound there. And, of course, the boss man just walks through, so we couldn't give you play-by-play. But here's Miami again, top of the key, swinging out to Lowry, and he goes charging in without passing the ball, just like I've been saying. What kind of offense is this?
Stripped by Al Horford, who got fouled on the other end. Old Al Horford goes down hard.
I don't understand.
And he's about to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't understand this offense that they're running. 4 on the top, one person driving in from the top of the key. They've done it 3 times in a row. Literally 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to move this a little
bit. I jinxed it. Right as I said that energy was looking good, they went back to more of what we were seeing in the first half.
Oh, all right. And we did just kind of set this up. I just moved the camera a bit to kind of get a little bit better look at all of us and Jay's bare feet.
Shoot.
Jay's wearing bare feet. The entire chat's talking about that.
And is Jay going to make any explanation for his Heat? What's going on?
I've been doing well.
You want to call LeBron come save you?
Why is Jeremy here? He doesn't even know the name of the teams. He doesn't know one person on any one of these teams.
I don't know Jimmy Butler.
You just said that because you saw it on the screen. Who's that guy right there?
Al Horford.
Oh, because his name's on the back of the jersey.
God.
He got his first name.
Al Horford went straight to the woman on the side there to shake their hand.
Yeah. How old is Al Horford? He's got to be like 35 or 36, right?
He's out there, yeah.
This is his second stint with Boston now. And, we talked about a little bit on one of the Sunday live streams when we started looking at how the East is going to play out and how Boston it finally does seem like Jason Tatum has taken that next step. Now he's had a stinker. He had a bad fucking game
He's
last.
got around 30 points right now. And we're only almost halfway through the third.
Yeah, and he had a bad game 3. He obviously did get injured as well. That probably played a part, but he had a bad game 3.
We got I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We got Connor Akers for $2 says Jimmy Butler's injury is affecting the Heat's badly. His injury is affecting the Heat badly.
He's had a sore knee for months at this point.
How old is he?
Jimmy Butler, Jimmy G Buckets. The G stands for
Been
Gets.
around
He's
a
got to be
while.
33, 34.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a while.
Because he played, I think he played at least 3 or 4 years. And then his first season, he barely got any time. His second season, I think he averaged maybe 6 or 8 points. And it wasn't until, those last couple of years where he really progressed in Chicago. Maybe 32.
I think the biggest thing that's hurting them right now, though, is they're missing Hero. I mean, without Tyler Hero in there, they're just like shorthanded offensively, and it's showing. It's just they can't get a bucket. They can't hit open shots. They seem stagnant, like lackadaisical. Yeah, it's
true.
Really changes up their offense.
Tyler Hero is definitely a wild card for the Heat because when he's on, he's really on.
Sure.
But when he's off, he's terrible. So it's just you don't know which one is going to show up per game. It was like when he wasn't playing well, Jimmy Butler picked up the slack, especially around game 1. But now that he just looked flat, they look tired. They're not running an offense. This 4 standing around the top of the 3, one person charging in is not going to win the game whatsoever. And in the first quarter, they just ran this like they were doing these mid-range floater shots, hoping it would go in. That's why they only had 1 point. With 8 minutes left, did I get that right? 8 minutes left in the first. That was embarrassing.
This is typical NBA type stuff, though. Going into game 4, the team that needed this was Boston to tie up the series and everything. They'll come out with more energy in game 5 because they'll have to.
Yeah. Are you guys assuming the game's over at this point? Are y'all past?
It's pretty much over.
I mean, they'd have to go on a run now, and they're not showing us anything that gives us.
Have they already started
confidence
setting people?
happen.
No.
I mean,
They'll see what
this
happens.
This is the fucking playoffs, and they're down 30, so they're not going to sit anybody until probably midway through the 4th. I would say is when you'll start seeing that, if that's the case,
or at the very least, I mean, if they get to the 4th quarter and they're still down by 30, they might at that point.
Yeah, Jimmy's 32.
Yeah, there you go. If Jimmy plays all the third quarter and then gets like the first 3 minutes or so of the 4th quarter off, you know what I mean? Like maybe they would typically do, and they're down, he might just not come back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody's making fun of how white we all are. Yeah.
I'm not white.
Someone was like, "Is Johnny cold or something?"
Dude, I run cold. Like I really do. People make fun of me because I always layer it up. But yeah, I run pretty cold. Okay, Jeremy,
That's white.
Jeremy, why?
That's Mexican. That's sexy.
Why are your legs
about
so
all that.
shiny, Jeremy? Do you shave your legs?
It does
Do you
look like he's been shaving them in preparation for this.
I have a lot of hair on my legs. I have white.
But they shine. Like, why are they shiny?
Because I have a.
Okay, the game's back on, everyone. No one wants to talk about anybody's leg.
Yeah.
But that's what they've been talking about in the chat, so I don't know if I believe you.
And I will say, for those of you that just came in, we are all together here in Orlando, Florida. We're at the Geeks and Gamers Content House. And we wanted to make sure we got one Sports Wars live stream in, because what we would like to do in the future when all of us are together is do stuff like this for not just basketball games, obviously, but that's what's on right now.
Should I put my shoes on? Like everyone's like,
Yeah, it's
I mean, if I were you, I would.
Yeah, I mean, it's Josiah's. No, you're better on the play-by-play because you keep up with. I'll get your shoes.
I don't know if I.
Oh.
Tatum's thrown out a few air balls.
Is that it? Like, I mean, that shot was obviously affected
Wide
by
left.
the defense, but it doesn't look like there was any contact with him or the ball.
Yeah. And look at that. Look at the field goal percentage. Dude. Miami shooting 26% and Boston shooting 39%. When you say that, like, they should be winning by more than 30 points, I mean, that's spot on.
It's been just bad basketball. Like, listen, Victor Oladipo is dog shit. All right. Like, he's been a different player ever since he got injured. And even when he was healthy, I don't think he fits on what this team is trying to do. And I think that Kyle Lowry is not, I don't think that Kyle Lowry is ever going to be the person that people thought he was with the Raptors, to be honest with you. And I just don't like the way that either of those guys fit with Jimmy. You watch more often than me, Jay.
No, I like Lowry, what he kind of brings to the team, but yeah, Victor is like a one-on-one. He doesn't do good defense either. You can see him trying to post up down low. Didn't even like really.
Yeah, he's trying to
didn't
box
really
out
box out too much.
There.
Jimmy gets the rebound, and Mike Hill for $5 says baseball's totally messed up with Josh Donaldson being suspended for 1 game.
What? They suspended him for that?
That's what the super chat says for $5.
Yeah, so Josh Donaldson called Tim Anderson Jackie on the field. He's like, hey, what up, Jackie?
Miami for $3.
In reference to Jackie Robinson. And so there's a story behind it because Tim Anderson said in an article like 3 years ago that he's the Jackie Robinson of today's game. So he called himself Jackie Robinson. He was getting the piss taken out of him.
So he got suspended for that?
He got suspended for calling him Jackie. What a fucking, and he got called racist by Tony Russo's bullshit. I made a video about it the other day, but
here goes Miami now, just chucking up 3-pointers.
One thing if it came out of nowhere, but if he's literally called himself that.
Yeah, Oladipo drives to the hoop and misses.
Exactly what I said.
Old man
exactly
Al Horford.
What I said. Takes the ball at the top of the key and drives it in without a
Euro
single pass.
step, Jaylen Brown, Euro
Gets
step,
his
but
own
a terrible
rebound.
finish, gets the own rebound.
They're playing with no energy,
None.
no belief.
They look
right
flat.
Now. Miami just.
That was terrible.
It's like they went out to the club last night, but what is there to do in Boston?
Were they on a boat?
I'm going to be honest. This kind of effort from an Eric Spoelstra-led team is kind of disappointing. There's just no energy out there, man.
Can you guys hear Johnny okay?
Yeah.
No,
He's a
not
little
you.
soft if he's not like talking, like looking at the mic, I think.
Because I don't yell like the
You
rest
need to
of
yell like you are
Exactly.
when you play Mario Kart.
Mike likes bad knees for $2.
You don't want their ears to bleed, do you?
Mike has bad knees for $2. Says listen to Whitlock's monologue today, and Chris Coran for $2 says let's go Bolts sweep. I also see one from the Gilk Man for $5 says let's go Boston. Blue Eyed Scorpio for $2. Should have got Bob Barker mics.
That would have been great. Yeah. So these
The
are the
story of this trip is that of all the stuff we should have. So I
Yeah,
have a lot
that's-
of money to spend for the next time we do this. Go ahead, Ryan.
Well, yeah. So these mics I went out and got specifically for the stream that we're doing on Geeks and Gamers every single day at 11 o'clock Eastern. But we've repurposed them for this room. It doesn't quite work again because they're not like all on a table. Victor Oladipo just got blocked because he is a bitch.
The same freaking play that he's been doing.
And Jaylen Brown with a strong finish on the other side. Victor Oladipo is a cocksucking bitch. Once
This
again,
game
verified.
this game is over. The energy from Miami shows no desire
Look,
to try to win this game.
two-step pass back to the top. There's Victor with the ball. Doesn't pass the ball again.
Victor's
Look, has the ball. Doesn't pass the ball again.
Victor
embarrassing.
Oladipo is a cocksucking bitch. He is not. This is not a bad Indiana team, right? That he should just be getting all of this.
He got blocked from behind. That's
Yeah.
pretty
And
sad.
he's in the middle. He's in the middle of
Look, he had a
It was clean.
wide open
Yeah.
person on the left.
Victor Oladipo is playing.
Let's see if he does the free throws. Missed
Like
the first.
Ball don't lie.
The MVP of the Boston Celtics right now is Victor Oladipo.
So Ryan, how do you feel about Oladipo?
I think he's a cocksucking bitch.
I wanted to get clarity on that. I wasn't sure.
He is. Listen, look, they just throw up a stat. He's got 18 points, 5
He's
of
probably
11 from the
playing
field.
best
But-
on the team tonight.
Yeah, but he got in the game and started playing when they were already down about 30 points, like in the first quarter. So Victor, he missed
both.
a second free throw.
Game On for $5 says, you guys ever bet on sports? That's what we do here at Game On.
Nice.
Well, I used to. I don't actually bet on sports as much as I used to because I lived in California and I wasn't allowed to. Now that everything's opening up, I do definitely plan to bet on a lot more sports. And we plan to talk a lot more about sports gambling in the future.
Yes.
I think a lot of people in this game with the uncertainty, with the injuries, with Jimmy Butler, with Marcus Smart being out, with Tyler Hero being out, a lot of people took the under and took the Celtics, and it's looking like that was a very smart play.
Paul Blunt for $2.79 Canadian says, great seeing the boys chilling watching hoops. Thank you for the super chat.
Another missed layup and rebounded by Al Horford. He's bringing it up the floor. Dishes. Oh, Al Horford back again. I don't even know what to call this. What's going on? Just a scramble. It looks like we're gonna. Is that Bam Adebayo picks up a loose ball foul?
Bam's the only guy out there who looks like
he's like trying to hustle. All right, we've got the coach of the Celtics with a chin diaper. I'm not sure why he's wearing a mask on his chin. If you have the mask, you're supposed to put it over your nose, but he decides to wear it on his chin.
Yeah, I've literally never seen him. We've been watching the NBA playoffs pretty consistently. I've never seen that man. Ime Udoka, that's how you say his name, right? I think.
Boston head coach.
But I've never seen him with the mask actually on.
And yes, us chilling, watching basketball is something we hope we're able to do a lot more in the future with football, basketball, UFC fights, you name it. And we want to be in studio together doing this type of stuff all year long.
You got to give the ball to Robinson, who has the ball now. Get it back to him. Swing it. He doesn't pass it again.
What was that?
Am I calling it or what?
Oladipo will not pass.
That was they might call that a missed shot attempt, but that just looked like a turnover.
Well, I think he just got so far down he didn't know what to do, and he had to throw it up. Peyton Pritchard misses. Peyton Pritchard looks like he's a Mormon. I don't know if he actually is.
Oh, that was a tough.
But Peyton Pritchard plays like a undersized white man.
Bam and Robinson have to take over this game and get number 4 out. Kaylee for $2 is Jay showing his feet. And Anna isn't here. She's seen him already, so I think she's good for the week. Thank you for the super chat.
I wish I didn't see him right now.
That's weird. But yeah, I do like Peyton Pritchard because again,
just trying to
you always find like a random undersized white dude who looks like he doesn't belong in the NBA but works his ass off, and that's Peyton Pritchard for the Boston Celtics.
The Dellavedova of the team.
Yeah. Well, hey, there's a good finish.
There we go.
Yeah, but still, it's the same offense that we've been seeing.
Yeah,
it's not passing. Everyone's on the top of the around the 3-point, and one person drives in. That's
game on for $9.99. The under was the easiest no sweat bet in this game that I have had in a long time. Keep up the good work, guys, and can't wait to hear more on your sports gambling talk. Thank you, Game On.
The only thing I know about gambling is always bet on black. Well, Wesley Snipes.
I was going to say it's very racist, Jay. But.
Ken Lipson for $2. Boston's coach name is
C-Cum Lou.
Wow. There you go.
Travis C., this game is Brick City. Brick City.
Yeah, it's rough. And I think that, when you're looking at sports betting, I think another thing you could have looked at in this game is to take the over on whatever Jason Tatum's point total was, because the times where Jason Tatum has had bad playoff performances, he follows them up with extremely good ones.
Yep.
I think earlier this playoff series, when he had a really bad game, he followed up with like a 50-point performance. Maybe that was this playoffs, maybe his last playoffs, but he does seem to bounce back very well. But yeah, people that took the Celtics and the under
Jeremy
are
just
looking
sneezed.
pretty right now.
Pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, I did
cringe sneezing on air.
I did. I showed Jay my crushed toe. He got a little freaked out by it. My crushed toe. Look at that.
But just don't touch me.
What are you doing? Now you're showing off your feet too. What's
they can't see it.
Chris Ellis, shame you don't have better game to stream. Yeah, I mean, we knew we wanted to do it at some point. This is kind of our only free night right now.
Yeah, it's been a pretty busy week for us, and this is a great opportunity to do this. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it, and maybe down the road we're gonna be able to do this a lot more consistently as we continue to build Geeks and Gamers and Sports Wars up.
Yeah, obviously we can't like show the screen or anything because of copyright, but what I would love to do at some point is be able to have, some sort of screen share application to show like the live score. You know what I mean? And I think that would be, really everything that we want. The time.
Yeah,
exactly. OBS theme where we can see the time left. We can see, all that stuff and the score. I think that'd be really good for what we're looking to do with these.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
100%. But yeah, overall, we're on a commercial break now, and the Eastern and Western Conference Finals have been we've had some lopsided competitions here.
Based on what I'm seeing, Golden State's going to win this championship. Like, I don't feel like anybody's going to slow them down.
I think it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think that Boston has a better chance of Miami. Well, I don't know, because Miami can play so physical. But yeah, I do think that any competition between Golden State and these two teams. Golden State's the easy favorite.
Johnny picked Miami to lose to the 76ers, so
it's true. I did.
I
also assumed that
I picked the Celtics
James
to win
Harden
this
wasn't
series.
going to be the same James Harden he's been his entire freaking
That's the
career.
wrong assumption to make.
And I've officially given up on
Who
it.
Miami's
matches
gonna
up
win in
better?
Game
Who
7.
matches up better with Golden State? Like, who's a better matchup in terms of like
Heat, because they're more physical.
I do think the Heat could provide a tougher matchup for them because of their physicality, but at the same time, Boston has physical players too. Boston has some big guys that they can rotate through there between Williams and Horford. They have that length.
Baby Davis.
Oh my God, Glenn Davis looks so fucking fat.
Every time I see him, he gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
He's always been that way.
He's always been fat for like an athlete. He looks like a sea monster right now. Like he looks enormous. Holy shit.
There's the Boston Celtics coach with the he has now moved the mask to his Adam's apple.
All right, well that's definitely going to keep everyone safe. So
it's now covering his Adam's apple.
Yeah, she come low.
All right, we got Duncan Robinson, the free throw line.
And he missed the free throw.
They can't even make
that could have
free
put
throws.
us. It's the score is Miami 46, Boston 73 with 2 minutes left in the third. Got Boston to bring it down the court to number 0. I don't know who that is.
Jason Tatum.
Then he's dribbling straight to the hole.
How is that not a carry?
And he missed.
A lot like
all right, now they've given the ball to number 4, Victor again. Let's see if he passes. Hey, his first pass in 35 minutes, and it was terrible.
What are you doing?
Give it to Robinson.
They look so confused on offense, dude.
Boom.
And
Even though they got that jumper,
that's not good offense.
Yeah.
What
My
the
God.
fuck?
Dang, dude.
Jay's going crazy.
You don't
Sorry.
get to make fun of me
That's the
sneezing
most
at full
aggressive
like
sneeze
that.
I've ever
Robinson's standing around like he has gum on his shoe. I don't understand why he's not even moving.
You know, if I had gum on my shoe, I'd still move. But I think that when you look at even that shot from the free throw line, that wasn't good offense.
The
That was
Under
dribble
Armour
around.
gamer for $5. Warriors versus C's.
I
Also,
think so,
the
too.
Blazers hired the first tarded GM.
I also
What?
think the C's have
He
a
said-
better
that's what he
offense
said.
staying with Golden
The
State.
Blazers hired the first tarded GM.
Did they literally hire like a retarded person?
I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past
He's got
them.
the
Portland's
Adam's
very
apple.
aggressive.
Yeah. mask
Yanks fan 84. If Curry wins his 4th ring, he is in the top 10. No.
Miami with the steal. Finally, a little energy and a pass. 3 passes. And I told you, you got to get Robinson the ball, and they score. I called it. They gave it. Now, now the Boston coach put his mask on to have a
fully
meeting.
on, yeah, because they're gonna have a. Did he call a timeout?
So
With 30 seconds left.
if Curry's in the top 10,
Miami's down by 23.
Yeah, they've
you have
cut
to
into
knock
this.
out because you're talking about the outside looking in. You either have to knock out Wilt, you have to knock out Bill Russell, Hakeem, Shaq, Kobe, Tim Duncan, the other guys I'm not mentioning.
Now,
are
on
like
no
Kareem,
planet
Magic,
will
LeBron.
Steph Curry ever be a top 10 all-time NBA player. On no planet.
Yeah,
I'll
I
give
think
you,
that
top
I think that you would have
15,
to. I think
top
that you would have.
15.
I think that you would have to see, like, for something like that to happen, these next several years, they would need to go on another run, and he would have to be the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do think I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities just based on his numbers and the amount of rings that he, like, say they win 3 in a row again. You know what I mean? Like, if they win 3 in a row.
Well, they never
like,
did that. They never even did that with.
I know they never did it once.
Obviously, the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they win 3 in a row here on a team that, again, got rebuilt in a way from what it was before with different role players and another great young drafted player in Jordan Poole, that they did that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, I think that's a scenario that you can apply to any player. Like, well, if any player wins 3 in a row, does that?
You said in what planet could Steph Curry? You said Steph Curry could never be
he
considered.
will
a top
never
10.
be
And
top 10.
You didn't say. You said you didn't say he will never. You said in no planet could you ever.
Yeah, no,
So that's
no,
why I'm
because
saying.
we're talking about a guy who couldn't even close out the greatest team ever. He couldn't even win the Finals MVP over Andre Iguodala.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I mean,
he should
It
have.
doesn't matter if he should have. He didn't.
No,
he
stop. That's a
shouldn't have been
popularity
unanimous
contest.
MVP, right?
No, but
That's
the point is
ridiculous. That is voted on by media members that are just that a lot of times are idiots. It's because he held LeBron.
He's not even
to like 35
his
points per game, even though Iguodala was leading the team.
All right, Victor finally scored
He's not
2
a
points.
defensive player. He's not a defensive player. He's not an all-time defensive player. Like, he's a great shooter. He's the greatest shooter we've ever seen.
Pritchard,
almost a half
Peyton
court
Pritchard
three.
just knocked in a half-court shot at the buzzer. I believe that's going to count. They're going to look at it, but there was plenty of time left on the clock. My man, Peyton Pritchard, from half court.
It was a heave-ho, too.
Oh, no, it's off. It's off. It's off.
Didn't make
It was
it.
in his
Didn't
hands.
make
That
it.
sucks.
Damn.
It was a heave-ho.
Yeah, it went off the backboard. It was like it's kind of like looked like the Gordon Hayward last shot in the national championship.
I got a couple. I got a couple super chats to catch up on. A Sticks, have y'all done Chris's blind taste test with the Nuggets, and will it be live and or clipped later? We have done a ton of videos. We have done a lot of videos that will be, put up on different Geeks and Gamers channels. We will give you that information whenever we have it. There's still a lot of editing, a lot of decisions in terms of how we're going to do that. We did a lot of different videos, but yes, we did do the Krista chicken nugget video, 500 chicken nuggets that we purchased. How many did she eat? Well, she's a 5-foot Canadian girl that weighs about 100 pounds.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So there you go.
Soaking wet.
But even so, the number shades like sad and pathetic.
Mike Hill, what's the situation between Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban? I mean, basically, Jimbo Fisher's a bitch. Nick Saban called it like it is. It's exactly what it is, and Jimbo Fisher took offense to it. Nick Saban said nothing wrong, and he didn't even say anything specific, but Jimbo Fisher wanted to play the victim. I wanted to try to make a video on it and talk more about it, but ultimately, I'm happy it's happening. It adds a lot to the equation with the SEC and Texas A&M and Alabama. Texas A&M beat Alabama last year. Jimbo Fisher used to coach under Nick Saban. He's the first assistant that's beaten Nick Saban. It adds a lot of drama. There's like a professional wrestling angle to it right now, and I can't wait. But ultimately, if Jimbo Fisher wasn't a head coach, he would probably be like the part-time meat department cleanup guy at a local grocery store. Hey, go down there to Jimbo and see if he can fix me some of them steak tips. That's what Jimbo Fisher is. Fuck Jimbo Fisher. All right, next up. Gerald Armstrong, is this the Sports Wars house like the Barstool house? Well, this is basically us doing that without the budget of Barstool for a short period of time.
Right.
Because ultimately, yes, this is exactly what we want in the near future. So,
yeah, absolutely. That's the goal. That's the end goal. So we wanted to make sure we got one out of the way.
Yep.
I hope this sounds okay for you guys. It should be,
I haven't seen anybody complaining about the sound.
And Gretz, I agree with you. Jimbo versus Saban is more interesting than Hurd versus Depp. I 100% agree. And I am happy that it's happening. I like that rivalry aspect. And Jimbo Fisher is a great coach. It's in my DNA as a football fan, an SEC football fan, to just talk shit about the opposing team and their coach. But Jimbo's a great coach. Texas A&M is a fantastic program. And that's going to be a rivalry for a long, long time.
Yeah, for sure. And we've missed a lot of interesting sports stories over the past couple of days because we've just been pretty disengaged. Now we have had pretty much all the playoff games up and on while they've been happening because we have a TV in every corner of this house. So.
Yeah, and we were hanging out with little known athlete, someone named Gina Carano last night.
That's true.
Thanks to this young man sitting next to me, drunk 3PO. But yeah, Gina Carano hung out for a little while.
She said Jay gave her some wrestling tips. I don't know what that means, but there you go.
Petty boop for $20. Whistle. Oh, there we go. Look at those legs. Scoot over here and make room for me with a winky face. And Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $1.99. Thor trailer is garbage. I didn't like it, but it's going to play well for the general audience. Absolutely going to play well.
Yeah,
Betty Boop, but thank you, Betty Boop. I appreciate that.
There was
and I will absolutely show more leg for more super chat.
There was things that appealed me, but there was also plenty of eye roll moments. Yeah.
Grant Williams is a fucking
he's holding his shoulder.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
He's mad.
He does this. Grant Williams is very much a
Now he's holding his groin.
Yeah, he's fine.
Chris Coran, as an FSU fan, please dog Jimbo as much as possible. Jeremy, he sucks. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jimbo. I do respect him as a coach. He's a really good coach, but I don't like him.
Yeah, like Saban's not like it was a.
It's
to me, it almost
Nick
seems like
Saban.
a calculated move by Saban to like generate some controversy because like he's not wrong about the NIL, and I talked about this a lot, even though I do think that college is fucked up and the structure's fucked up a little bit in terms of the athletes. Once you institute the NIL the way they are, it is kind of the Wild West. And like as corrupt as everything was before, it's kind of just allows for it to be tenfold, I think.
Yeah.
And I talked about that, and that's a discussion whether you agree or disagree about players getting paid and how you think they should be paid. But it is causing a huge issue, not necessarily a problem, depending on how you feel about it.
Pass to number 4, and he shoots, sort of. No, that was a pass.
Oladipo, that's a pass. That's an assist.
I thought he just lobbed up a freaking goose egg.
He was actually patient, more under control that time.
Oh, look at that body check.
Stuff
Yeah, you're right.
Al Horford. They're not gonna call that in the act though. I don't think Al Horford got fouled as he blew by someone from the top of the
Miami is slowly chipping away at that 54.
They are. I mean,
78-point difference.
They're sitting there at a 24-point deficit, which a little 10-2 run, and all of a sudden you're back in range. It's not a.
Well, look who's on the floor.
Desperate.
No Jimmy.
They're resting Jimmy. Yeah.
Chet for $1.99. Thank you.
Says nothing.
Chet, appreciate that.
Give the ball to Robinson. Just let him do his thing. I'm telling you.
Well, they're just
number 4 is going to try to take over the game because Jimmy's not out there. Neither is Tyler Hero. All right, so good. He passed it once.
Yeah.
Is Oladipo?
And then they shoot.
That is
that's terrible.
That's a bad shot. Oh, and they're gonna get the ball back.
Is Oladipo at the point now where you're not even using his name anymore?
Yeah, he's number 4. That's what I. So that's a personal thing I do. I get aggravated when like they suck. I just want to call them by their number.
When Skip Bayless hated Kawhi Leonard and he was just like number 2.
I think that's where I think that's probably where I got.
He's pulling a Skip Bayless.
Jimmy's probably done for the night unless they make a run. So is. Didn't I say give it to Robinson? Didn't I freaking say that for like 10 minutes now? They finally give it to him. He knocks down a 3-pointer
by Robinson.
It was a good in rhythm 3. I think that Jimmy right now is probably going to sit until they get back in.
So is Kyle Lowry. He's been injured as well.
Kyle Lowry's trash.
I want to
give
someone a shout out. Darian Murphy in the chat. Someone's done some really cool stuff for the graphics and stuff for us. Remember the RK Outpost?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. Darian.
Cool. I almost never watch. I almost never watch along streams, but this with Geeks and Gamers is really good. Well, thank you,
Thanks,
Darian.
man.
I'm assuming that's the same Darian.
Has to be. I mean, I think
Darian Murphy does. If that is, that's oh my gosh, man. He did that Cobra Commander for you.
Yes,
that was holy crap. That was unbelievable.
Nuts.
Awesome.
All right,
I'll be right back.
Right now we're sitting here, Boston 84, Miami 57. It does look like we had a little issue between Dedmon and Jaylen Brown. I don't know if a tech was called. There doesn't seem to be much there.
Just some John.
But this is, I will say,
double tech at most.
This is one of those. Jaylen Brown has 5 fouls. Remember, we picked up those 2 in the first quarter real quick when we were watching. And it's a big deal. So this is one of those games where I think the refs will try to keep a little bit tighter eye on things when it comes to things getting out of hand. When you have a team that's just getting the shit beat out of them like that.
Yep.
Why did you not pass the ball? All right,
Al Horford, dude. Al Horford has played some very, very good interior defense.
Rejected it into the second row.
Don Howe for $1.99 with a super sticker that says "Game Over." Mac Daddy Sammy G for $5. Feels like I'm hanging out with the boys, like back in the day before politics ruined sports and friendships. Looking forward to more of this.
Hell yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Jay's the little piggy that ate the roast beef. Yeah, I had a lot of steak today.
Yeah, we actually just had a steak dinner.
Yeah, a little bloated.
Josiah actually went out and killed like a lot of animals and just cooked
threw
them.
axes at him.
Yeah, he fought an alligator.
Look at Horford, man. 13 rebounds and 4 blocks. They'll take that.
Yeah, Horford has played some very good interior defense, and even he's got 4 blocks, but he's affected a lot more shots than that.
Pass the ball around, people. Don't stop this one-on-one basketball.
There you go.
But it's Oladipo. That's the problem. Clank.
Oh, God.
Wow, he is terrible.
He looks like Russell Westbrook.
I would love to do this for football season.
Yeah, it'd be great. And I think football season is actually a little better for it because you get more time in between plays to talk.
Yeah.
But
look at that. His defense
I
sucks.
don't know. I'm loving this, but I'm a
I know
little biased.
you are. I know you are.
I'm a little biased, but
Dun, 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 dun. Are we allowed to hum that? Or
yeah,
are we
sure.
go ahead. Which
Dun,
one is
dun,
that?
dun, 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 dun. Isn't that NFL?
Da-da. No, you're doing
Do the NBA on
You're-
NBC from back in the day.
Who am I kidding? They're probably doing it in the
What's the,
crowd. That's
team-
like
NBA
sitting at home
TNT
doing
one?
it as well. Oh, I missed
NBA
that.
and TNT. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's what I was trying to do.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That
If
one.
I was Jeff Bezos rich, I would do whatever I could to bring the NBA back to NBC. Use that intro.
Yeah.
And oh man, that was.
And by
such
the
good
way,
times.
like I just want to be clear, like we know we're really, really talented musicians, but we know we want to stick doing what we're doing. We're not going to go into the music field.
Every
as much
time
as we
number
know
4
we could do it.
well, I did it
so.
for like 3 seconds, and you guys just kept going. You're like, no, let's do
Well,
the
we're
whole
really.
song.
I mean,
We had to give everybody the full, atmosphere.
we're really good. Like, and we know like that people are going to compliment us, but I think you guys should just tell us in the chat how we're not good because it'll offset the ego.
I
So
actually-
just tell us we're not good.
I think that it's so important, actually, those jingles that it gets you in your head because it's a combo of things. Because it's one, it's just catchy. Victor Oladipo with another
Number
turnover.
4.
Not a surprise. Pritchard, I should have swung it, but
Not even back on defense.
okay, there he goes. But anyway, I do think that those are important. Like the NFL on Fox theme is so iconic, and you want people humming it like that, Peyton Pritchard with a really nice dribble up mid-range jumper.
I haven't seen a guard hurt his own team this much since my Lakers were still playing Westbrook.
Do they have anyone else that could play for number 4? Like,
Well,
where's Robinson? Why does he not have the ball? I've been calling that. That's if I'm the coach, that's my play.
with
Set
Tyler,
a pick for
with Tyler
Robinson,
Hero
shoot.
hurt, and with Kyle Lowry just being a bitch, like it is a little bit tough. And now Jimmy,
Yeah,
does
that's
look
true.
like they're resting Jimmy
Jim
too. So.
in for $1.99. When will the fast food ranking video come out? So we did release the full video for our premium members on geeksgamers.com. The edited version, the edited version would have already been out, but I brought the editor that was working on it here to work on different projects. So he will be getting back on that. So essentially, it's about an hour and a half video that he's going to have to really knock down to a more YouTube friendly time frame.
So
So
an hour and a half.
the uncut one was an hour and a half.
Oh, that's what we gave out.
Yeah.
And you guys had to rush
You
through.
missed
it at the
one
end,
up
too.
above that one.
It's like an hour and I think it's actually like an hour and 45 minutes.
I don't know if you saw.
So
Yeah, Jeremy was like, we want to keep this to 30, 40 minutes. It's like, okay. We talked for like 10 minutes about Arby's in the beginning because of the Jamocha shake, which then we found out someone got arrested for pissing in the shake
it.
machine.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Patel Ron 6 says, I stopped being a Heat fan when ESPN said Mickey Arison is indirectly funding the Chinese military. Did ESPN say that?
ESPN had a report several days ago about some owners that they think are basically either sending money or investing in Chinese products or in Chinese in stuff from China. I didn't get to read the entire report, but I know it's out there and I know it involves a lot of NBA owners. So maybe the Heat
Gotcha.
owner's one of them. I don't know.
Mickey
Betty-
Harrison owns the.
Betty Boop is dropping super stickers for $3 with a little pear or something.
The pear-shaped man.
Little, I don't know what
lemon?
the hell that
He
is.
just dropped like 5 super stickers.
Yeah, like I don't know what the hell it was. A pom poms. Then there's the lemon head person giving the pear headed person a high five on another $5 super sticker. And there's another super sticker with the little fox saying ha 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 ha. There's another super sticker for $10 with the fox hugging the heart.
Is it a fox or is it a corgi?
Corgi.
I thought that was a fox.
Dumb fuck.
Fuck you.
Korg, you don't know your animals.
Yeah, well, you don't
Thank
know
you,
sports.
Betty Boop. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Betty
your
Boop.
love.
Yes.
And another 20 from Betty Boop says you are amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
You guys need to
That's
show your
right.
legs for Betty Boop more often.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard
Thank
that.
you, Betty Boop. You've been very
Hey.
generous.
I'm just saying there might be some booty shaking from me over on Instagram on Geeks and
God.
Gamers.
You took
I'm
it too
just
far.
saying.
You took
I'm
it
just
too
saying
far.
it might be over there.
Jeremy's abandoned his fans.
I'm 100% like close to starting an OnlyFans for
We
Geeks
got-
and Gamers. So
Dick Enormous
that's a
for
joke.
$5.
That's a
What up,
joke.
Dickie?
Will you guys watch Top Gun this weekend from
Yes.
Dick Enormous?
I'm looking forward to Top Gun.
Yeah.
I think Top Gun's going to be freaking great.
It's one of the few things I've been looking forward
excited
to
about it.
over the past.
Dun, 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 dun,
Decade.
dun, 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 dun. Oh, we're not doing that anymore.
Oh, can't do it.
Yeah,
We're all like singing.
Every time I hear that song, and I do like that song, but every time I hear that song, I just think like Tom Cruise banged the chick that sung that song. There's 100% no chance that he didn't.
Have you guys seen who's the
There's no
actress?
chance.
Who's the actress who played the love interest in that first in Top Gun?
Did I say? What did I say?
Duncan Robinson.
Pass the ball to Robinson.
There's several people in the chat, by the way, who are talking about the Thor trailer. We watched it live as it happened, but
Yeah.
this is also a Sports Wars stream, so we'll talk about
Yeah.
it later.
We will definitely talk about it. But it did premiere during, like specifically premiered during halftime of this.
Yeah.
And they even had Chris Hemsworth. And oh my gosh, doesn't get any easier than that for Tice.
Mm.
But that's what number 4 should be doing. The same thing. If he's going to drive to the hole and bring attention, it's a small little dish to the open guy standing next to him. He's not doing it.
Well,
Look at that.
Well,
Give the ball to Robinson.
well, one of the problems for
Have I been saying
Miami
that?
is
Is everybody
that
hearing me?
one of the
I didn't hear
problems
you.
one of the problems for
Robinson.
Miami is that I feel
Look
like
at Pat
they are
Riley.
limited.
Your fucking mask isn't even all the way on, Pat Riley.
I feel like the Miami Heat are a little bit limited when it comes to floor spacers.
Yep.
So Boston, it's much easier for them to stay on their guys and not worry about trying to help off a 3-point shooter. So they can come in and help when they need to make it tougher for Victor Oladipo. Whereas Boston, if you come off them to help down low, they are going to kill you in that 3-point line.
Yeah.
They haven't been shooting great today, but that threat is there.
You brought up the actress from Top Gun.
Yeah.
Chat said Kelly McGillis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen pictures of her?
I heard there's a reason
She-
she ain't in the new Top Gun. So.
She looks like dog shit. Like she looks so fucking old, and Tom Cruise looks exactly the
he pretty
same.
much does look the same.
A little more plasticky, but mostly looks
Scientology
the
and money.
same.
So
Victor Oladipo for 3, drained it. He rattled it
wow.
home. Wasn't a great looking shot. but
I
it went
wasn't
in.
watching.
Number 4 made one.
okay, I gotta look and see what she looks like now because I haven't seen her.
Yeah, just look up whatever her name is, ugly. You'll find it.
She looks like a grandma.
Yeah, well, I mean, Tom Cruise is old. Oh, Tice misses a little jumper from down low. Victor Oladipo coming back up the floor. He kicks it out to Vincent, and Vincent drains a 3. They're moving the ball around. They're getting good looking threes. They're
Too
now
little, too
down
late.
22 points. It's 68-90. Jimmy Butler is still on the sidelines, nursing that
So is
injured
Kyle
knee.
Lowry.
Kyle Lowry's just nursing a bad game. Peyton Pritchard with the ball fake and then goes up and under. I love Peyton Pritchard, man.
Yeah, that's her.
Bro, no.
She was so hot in Top Gun.
That was a 3-pointer.
There it is. This is now they're sitting there, guys.
Yeah.
Boston 92, Miami
20.
71. They could crack the 20-point mark. And
What you acting excited for, Ryan?
What?
You're well.
Oh,
Hey,
they're almost
and,
within
and
20.
well, I just think that
hey, we're trying to keep the audience entertained. That's our job.
Peyton Pritchard for 3. He drains it. Oh, Peyton Pritchard is not going to let the Miami Heat get back
Nope.
in this game.
Betty Boop, thank you again. She says, thank you for the awesome content this weekend for the whole Geeks and Gamers family. You are welcome, and thank you for the
Heat
support.
check Peyton Pritchard. Let's go.
Yeah, Victor Oladipo missed another.
That dude got a new fresh
shot in the
haircut.
paint.
He's feeling good about himself, and he's just lighting it up.
Dude, that ain't fresh. That says hair. I don't think it
oh,
grows.
is it? Well, his eyebrows look like they've just been done.
Yeah, I don't think his hair grows. I've never seen it look anything other than like that.
Pritchard's like that kind of guy who has like one.
We literally got 5 minutes
like
left,
one
and number
pretty good
4
game,
is
and then
slowly
everybody starts
walking
making
down the
joke
court.
jokes about him. Like he's that kind of player.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna let the big man shoot a 3
Deadman
and knock it down.
Oh, and he points at Tice. He points and calls out Tice for not worrying about coming out there to cover him. But Peyton Pritchard gets fouled in the backcourt with some very aggressive defense from Martin. I'm surprised they haven't been a little bit more aggressive and potentially kind of even if it's just one guy with a little bit of full court press. But honestly, they've been missing so many shots, it doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah.
Jeremy's still looking at pictures of her.
Yeah, he can't believe it.
She look ugly, man. I told you.
How long you been looking at pictures of her?
Pritchard missed a free throw.
He's like disgusted but
just-
mesmerized.
Like, I can't.
He couldn't believe it. He had to find
There it
more.
is. They're giving up.
Yep. They're
There it
bringing
is.
in people I don't even know.
I was thinking about
At the 6-minute mark, the Miami Heat have given up.
Cashed in.
just thinking about all those faps I regret.
Oof.
You know,
What's worse? Do you regret that one more or the Ellen Page one?
never fapped Ellen Page.
Oh, well, good for you.
Never did.
I'm sure there's some people out there that have. I bet they're feeling very confused right now. But there we go. Vincent with the drive and throws it up and in for a little
Chris
alley-oop.
said Kelly, quote, took Jeremy's breath away.
Down.
And then he asked for it back, please.
And yeah, Dawn said it was Berlin was the group. Yeah, Berlin was the group that sang Take My Breath Away. It was a great song. It's a timeless song.
Peyton Pritchard for 3.
Dude.
Oh, right off the back, but he's going to get
He got
another
the
shot at
rebound.
it. Oh,
He almost crossed him.
He tried the God Sham God crossover on
He
him.
almost
Ooh.
and it
crossed him
didn't
and
go
broke
well.
both ankles.
He must-
go well.
Well, I thought he lost it, but evidently it was off on Miami.
The Heat bench looks pathetic.
Look at fat PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker's such a fat piece of
They
shit.
just got their heads down. It looks like a Eeyore.
Sandro says Top Gun, I'm assuming meaning the new ones, did what Star Wars should have done. That's what people said about Cobra Kai, and they were right.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's good praise.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I like when you think of movies that need a sequel, Top Gun doesn't come to mind.
No.
You know,
Cobra Kai,
I
or neither did Karate Kid.
I tell
Well,
you
it
what,
already
though,
had like 3 sequels though.
Look at the big man missing
We've only
again.
seen a trailer though. Why is everybody acting like this movie is like the
It
movie
be-
we need?
because the
reviews
trailers
out,
are really
and
good.
I'm pretty sure early reviews are out.
Well-
Like, I've seen like Jeremy Johns has a review. I haven't watched it yet because I don't
Yeah.
want to know it, but apparently people are hyped.
Chris Gore told me that he thought it was fucking awesome.
Okay.
Top
But
Gun.
that doesn't
Talking
necessarily.
about Top Gun. Yeah.
yeah, but it's more than people just getting hyped about a trailer, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that the trailers have just it seems like from the trailers, which again, anyone can make a good trailer. You can cut a good trailer out of anything, but it seems like it's if you were to be like, hey, Top Gun's getting a sequel, it seems like what people would kind of want out of it, as opposed to hey, like I know you're back, but here's your new black female like instructor who's going to be in charge of you and show you the ropes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not what it is. It's not what it looks like.
I know.
So,
I'm just saying that doesn't automatically make it a great movie. People are acting like it already is, but that's
correct.
All I'm saying.
Well, I think at this point, what people are looking for first is being respectful, and then second, they're looking towards what are they doing technically with the movie.
Sure.
And like something like Ghostbusters Afterlife, I actually didn't think that was like a very good movie, but it did seem like they truly cared about what they were doing. So I think a lot of people came away feeling good about it for that reason, which is so foreign to what we get nowadays.
Yep.
Speaking of coming away feeling good, I don't think that's going to be Miami because Tice, oh my gosh, Tice just fucking baseline dunk.
Why is number
Boston.
77 even on the team? He stood there picking his nose.
I
Let
don't
the guy
think
go
he gets,
right around him and slam it home.
I don't think he gets very much.
Doesn't get much
Very many
play
minutes.
in anything.
Jay's being very high energy right now because he's on stream. But if he wasn't, he'd just be very low energy.
I'd have
and
nothing to
sad.
say because it's sad. Just play this. I'm sad inside. I got to get it out.
Yes. Now Boston is up 100 to
Sad.
79. And they're starting to just dribble the ball out with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
That's embarrassing.
That's pretty bad. It's a beatdown. And the Miami Heat,
for playoff basketball, this sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy.
You know, for Miami to come down and the first game in Boston, game 3, to take it the way that they did and get that home court advantage back, it's got to feel pretty shitty to then have this happen. And this kind of energy night. There's Duncan Robinson with a leaner, great. It's a great shot.
What the freak, man? Say it.
I've been saying give the ball to Robinson for the past 10 days.
Yep.
15
There's
minutes.
Tyler Hero sitting on the bench.
He looks like he's constipated. I don't know what's going on with
He's
him.
going to need to be a hero in game 5.
I don't know.
Going back.
Look at that. Robinson, take the ball.
Three ball.
Give it back to Robinson.
Nah, that was the shot, though.
Oh, that would have been.
Yeah, but Robinson's got the hot hand and the losing effort. At least we're not losing by 20 anymore.
About to.
Victor Oladipo. We got White over on the baseline grabbing his hammy. I think he was involved in that turnover right at the end there. He may have done something. They don't want that at Boston.
Miami 82, Boston 100.
I see Rogue Disney in the chat. What's up, Rogue?
What's up, Rogue Disney?
Appreciate you getting me that footage the other day. You're a man who's always seems to be recording every time I see you, which is a very good,
Quality to
Yeah,
have.
Jeremy's been fucking talking about that all week. So
Yeah. Imagine fucking Geeks Gamers team did that. Be amazing.
Jeremy, the only thing Jeremy has said more than record everything this week is, I wish I was playing Fortnite.
That's true. That is true.
He tried on the Switch and then he discovered what I put up with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We got Matthew Stafford right now in an AT&T commercial with the chick with the massive tits. So that's what's going on there.
I love how they try to silence everybody's comments on social media that talks about her, which only makes people want to do it.
It's because she made a big deal about it. She I don't like it when people talk about my massive milkers.
As she's sitting there shaking them for the camera.
I was about to say it was the massive milk
bags or something.
That got her all upset.
it?
Well, there were
That's what
comments in the chat like "show your milk bags" and shit.
Yeah, show your milk bags, and she started crying.
I want to see Vagine and show your bobs. Like those type of comments.
Bob's and Vagana.
Mm-hmm. And so she got really upset about that. Even though if you look at go look at some pictures of her at red carpet events or whatever, like the stuff she's wearing, she's showing her fucking tits. She knows that's a great way to get jobs. Now that she's getting a little older, then maybe milk bags start sagging. She gets very upset about it. But
Internet's gonna internet. You shouldn't act surprised.
A2D2 says, I've got to head out. Thanks for the fun stream. Take care. Thank you, A2D2.
Thank you, A2.
After all the milk bags.
So I fairly recently saw the chat again talking about Curry top 10. I can't believe this. Who are you taking out to put Curry in? If you had to take one guy out of the top 10 to put Curry in, who are you taking out?
Yeah, because that's the thing people don't think about. They get caught up in the prisoner of the moment, and they're like, "Oh, well, who are you taking out?" That's what they don't ever think about. Who are you taking out? Who? Kobe is one of my bottom 10. He's not he's my favorite player of all time, but he's in the
bottom end of your top 10.
Well, yeah, he's I don't know. I mean, I'd have to break down the whole list, but I think he's like 9th or 10th. I'm not removing Kobe for Steph fucking Curry ever.
Most bottom 10 and bottom half of the top 10s. Sometimes people put Wilt there. I think that's crazy, but just you get Wilt Chamberlain, Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, Kobe, Shaq. Those are probably the names that most people are looking at. You got to bump one of those guys out for Curry.
Yeah.
No. I think there's people that would talk about moving Tim Duncan off that list if Steph Curry.
Oof.
Again, if Steph Curry did way more than he's done so far.
No.
I don't think I would, but I'm saying I think there are people who would.
I mean, I'm sure there would. There are people who think that Steph Curry is the greatest player ever. They're idiots, but there's people out there that believe.
There's people who think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player ever.
But he's second.
Yeah.
He is. He's second. There's an idiot next to us that thinks he's the greatest of all time.
He's pretty good.
Jay's like, I don't want to do this.
I've had a great weekend. Left. I'm not going to get in an argument with anybody. You guys are right.
All right, who we got on Boston? People that I do not know.
We got number 13 dribbling around. Number 16 passes the ball half court.
White guy passes
the guy
the black
just
guy.
chucked
That was
it.
an air
He
ball.
shot an air ball, gets the rebound, and steps out of bounds.
God, he almost
Shot clock violation.
He almost broke his ankles by himself.
that would imagine basically tearing.
Where's
a
number
meniscus or
77
something.
from? It looks like he's from India.
Probably. That's why he sucks at basketball. They don't play there.
Number 77 has the ball. He's about 7 feet tall. It looks like take a couple dribbles with a terrible pass, throws the ball away.
Look at all the hustle we're seeing on the floor, though, from these guys.
Yeah,
who
a lot of
never play.
hustling.
Is that Nick Stauskas?
It is.
Nick Stauskas, Michigan guy.
Mind you, he started
I
with
think
only
he played-
18 points. 18 points.
That
Fewest by a team starter in a playoff game since 1970. Where's Johnny 64 with that stat?
Well, Johnny 64 doesn't talk about
right,
basketball, but
okay.
Johnny Arnett does.
There's a video
rough.
for you, Mr. Arnett.
Now, I will say, like, they pulled him early and all that shit too, but still, that is embarrassing for them. Jason Tatum, I haven't seen Jason Tatum on the court since the middle of the third quarter. He ends the game with 31 points to lead the Celtics.
Don't even foul. Is that Robinson out there hustling?
Yeah, Robinson's
Man, just put him in.
Yeah.
Just put him in and let him play.
Udonis Haslem.
Yeah, put UD in.
Udonis. Yeah.
Why does his hair look patchy? Put him in and let him play.
He got that alopecia like Jada.
Wait, he does?
I don't know. It's fucking falling out.
Oh, yeah. It's like a big chunk in the back.
Big chunk. And Nick Stauskas out there hitting free throws. I'm pretty sure Nick Stauskas might be from Indiana originally, and he went to University of Michigan. If I remember right, maybe
Boston
wrong.
coach finally has the mask up over his nose. And
He doesn't want anybody to
That's been
see
the
him.
best story of the night.
Oh, never mind. They're winning. They're winning.
The comeback story.
This is the comeback. It's the hero's journey from Adam's apple up.
Martino says when Curry retires from the NBA, there will never be another Curry in the NBA.
Robinson just got blocked.
There's never going to be another Rick Smits in the NBA either. It doesn't mean he's a top 10 player.
Well,
I
do think that Steph Curry is a better and more impactful and more storic player than Rick
There's never going to be
Smits,
another anyone else. Like, there's never going to be another any player in the NBA.
I don't know if I even agree with that though.
the way
the NBA is like surging and the inflation of the 3-pointer, it's like
I think that
we were saying, Steph Curry's the only guy hitting logo 3-pointers, and then logo Lillard happened, and he started doing it all the time. Like I don't necessarily believe we won't have another Curry.
I think
I will always give him credit for being the first Curry.
I think
But-
that Steph Curry, in a lot of ways, and the game is coming to an end.
That is the ball game tied 2-2 back to Miami for game 5.
And man, series is tied 2-2. Very, very interesting for
Now it's going to be Miami, Boston, Miami.
yeah. They got the chain. They got the chain in Boston. But real quick, back to Steph. Before we kind of talk about this fucking ending of this,
They got the chain.
They do. They're holding the Boston chain there. Everybody's got a chain now.
What does that mean?
You've never seen the chains they do for like University of Miami and everything.
I know, but that's when they get an interception.
Yeah, they sell like massive chains in every stadium now.
Oh,
Padres
okay.
do it. And
I got you.
Everywhere. But when it comes to Steph, in a lot of ways, I feel like he is kind of like what Tiger did to golf when Tiger kind of got a whole new type of player involved in golf, like people who were athletes, people who are lifting weights. I feel like Steph Curry has changed the way a lot of young kids approach the game. And all of a sudden, they are trying to shoot bombs from a very, very young age. So I think the likelihood of there being more Steph Curry type of players come into the league like that is very high.
Bro, I was playing basketball, going to 24-hour fitnesses all the time during the Steph Curry era. I was living in the Bay Area of California. There has never been so many transition 5 feet beyond the arc 3-pointers, like unwarranted. It was terrible, but he was definitely had a major influence on the way
he did.
people were playing the game.
I think he's Michael Vick with championships. When Michael Vick was at the top of his game, he was like nothing we've ever seen. He was changing the game, and everybody wanted to be like Michael Vick. He was the coolest player ever. Everybody had a Michael Vick jersey, and every kid wanted to be like Michael Vick, and Steph's got the rings that Michael Vick never got. But Michael Vick ain't nowhere near the greatest of anything.
Well, because he doesn't have the rings.
So,
So
I'm saying, but even if he did have the rings, nobody would be calling him like the Tom Brady, the top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, but like people had. It's not like Michael Vick, although he was the best. Like the most electric. It's not like he was the first dual threat quarterback.
No, but he was like, but it's not like Steph Curry's the first great 3-point shooter either.
No, but Steph is the first to do it that way. Like
and Michael Vick was doing things that people never seen, dude. He was incredible.
I guess, but like to me, that's like Michael Vick is like kind of like a Ray Allen or Reggie Miller type in terms of like he was the best at what we'd seen. Steph Curry is like, again, recreating shit to me, at least.
I mean, I don't like he's the greatest shooter we've ever seen. I don't think that's there's no debate to be had there. He's the greatest shooter we've ever seen. And then you can make the argument, which some people do. I'll do it when I'm in an argument where I'll bring up the hand checking. But at the end of the day, hand checking is something that every player in the NBA doesn't have to deal with anymore. So he's still breaking records that he's still so far ahead of everybody in the current league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's the best shooter ever. End of discussion on that. There's no debate to be had. That doesn't make him one of the best players of all time because you look at the rest of his game and he's a good player. He's a solid player, but he's not a great defensive player.
No,
he's not.
I would say he's changed from a defensive liability to a mediocre defender.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, so, then you have to go, okay, well, then what else does he bring offensively? Well, he can create his own shot, which is different from being a great shooter. It's being a great shooter is one thing. JJ Redick was a great shooter, but the difference in him and Steph is Steph creates his own shot.
There also isn't one guy in the top 10 who isn't a great defensive player. You can't name one.
Yeah.
Right. That's my
every
point.
Single person.
That's my point.
Like,
so top 10 means more than great shooter.
Maybe Magic. I think Magic's the worst in the top 10.
Probably.
He's the worst.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
But
that's how good you have to be offensively to make up for that.
Right. So Steph's a phenomenal player. He's a transcendent player, and he changed
transcendentally great.
Transcendentally. Shout out to Skip Bayless. But he's not gonna ever be a top 10 player. It's just not gonna happen. So he's phenomenal though.
He's got several years left. He's got time to make his case.
Who you got in Game 5?
It doesn't matter because the Warriors are gonna win it all.
If Hero plays back in Miami, I'll go with Miami.
I think Miami comes out. I think it's go 7. I think Miami comes out and wins in Miami. I think they come out with a fucking vengeance, upset and angry.
Jimmy will be upset, man.
Yeah, Jimmy's upset.
Yeah.
And I think that I will say this playoffs is different because we're not getting as much rest as we normally do.
Yeah.
Like in recent years, it's been like, 2 days rest for a lot of this shit. It's one day off. Every single playoff game is one day off. And I love that. I love the fact that it's like that because I don't like all the extra time in between games, but it definitely can affect series like we're seeing with Jimmy continuing to have to deal with this inflamed knee. But I think Miami wins at home. I think Boston goes back and wins at home. And I think we got Game 7 in Miami as the Warriors are going to wrap it up in probably 4 and just sit there and wait.
Yeah. This game does seem like it's got Game 7 written all over it. Or this series looks like it's got Game 7 written all over it. It just does. So hopefully it does because a LeBron-less playoffs, you've seen a lot of good games, very competitive. Although I do think the Warriors,
a lot of exciting series. There has been a lot of blowouts.
The Warriors are definitely positioning themselves as the easy favorite among the remaining 4 teams at this point. It was pretty. You don't think so?
No. I'm just shaking my head because I think at this point, like if you could just see what's going on, like they're such a well-oiled machine right now.
It seems easy for them again.
It seems so easy. They have the experience. Steph's clicking, Clay's clicking, Jordan Poole,
and he was clutch last night. Steph was clutch the other night.
Yeah.
Like late in that game, like he actually stepped up.
And Draymond again. Like remember they were calling him triple single for long. Everybody's forgotten about that already. Now he's shining defensively. He's doing the little things. He's doing all the trash talking again, just because now with Jordan Poole is really establishing himself as that third offensive, threat.
that second offensive option. I
Draymond
think
can just completely focus on what he does best, and they're just clicking all over again.
And
man.
Andrew Wiggins is not being asked to do really anything.
Exactly.
And that's where he thrives.
That's
because he plays like a Canadian. So
I've been saying that. I've been saying this for years, that the Warriors are going to be back. I've been saying for a while that they were going to be the dark horse to compete for championship, but like every freaking year for like the past 4 or 5 years, they've had some injury that's disrupted things. Now finally they're healthy.
I think
Look at what's happening.
you had a good analysis.
probably getting like super feedback or something. And you have no idea because we can't hear it.
That means Jeremy's bored. There's a super chat, Jeremy. You can read it.
The fuck?
I know.
Off of the microphone.
Josie, it was just as soon as I get it back, Jake. Josie 818. Kareem.
Wait, what's the last half of that name?
GBS Musa. That's all.
Good job.
Yeah, there you go. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Dr. J, Kobe Bryant, Hakeem the Dream, Elijah Wan, Pete Maravich, Oscar Robinson.
It's a good list right there.
That is a good.
I don't know about Dr.
So
J.
there's a certain 23 missing from that list. And it ain't LeBron.
There is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Dr. J.
Yeah, like
Pete Maravich. I love Pete Maravich. He was a highlight.
Dr. J
but-
played though in those Converse,
but
man.
come on, man.
come
With like
on,
10
man.
pairs of
Come
socks.
on, man.
Because there's no soul.
I'll
I love Pete Maravich, but where the heck's 23?
Off the top of my head, my top, if I can get my whole top 10 here. So off the top of my head, it's Jordan, it's LeBron, it's Magic Bird, Elijah Wan. That's my top 5.
Because you don't rank guys.
I don't rank guys that I didn't see play. So after that, I don't really have the next group ranked per se, but I mean, you've got Tim Duncan, you've got Shaq, you've got Kobe. You know what I mean? That's 8. Who am I missing now? Off the top of my head. So
you didn't say Kareem.
What about Charles? No Barkley?
Kareem was like tail end, like he was at the tail end of his greatness. Like I didn't see him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't usually
dominated
put him.
the on an
100%.
individual level.
You got
On
Isaiah.
an individual level,
100%.
dominated the 70s.
Yeah, 100%.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas is definitely like he might be the best, the second best point guard.
I'm happy
ever.
to hear him getting some love. He was top. What was he? He was top 15.
People
for
don't
me.
realize, man, I would love to see the Warriors play the bad boy Pistons. Okay, I'd love to see
they
that.
would.
Okay,
The only one that would survive that is Green.
Well, you're
Yeah.
automatically assuming that they're playing by 80s rules. They'd get freaking destroyed if they were playing by
100%.
today's
That's
rules.
why,
Yeah.
like, I would probably I bet 90% of people that watch today's game would call me insane. Like, if you're asking me, like, as a coach or a GM, who I would rather have on my team, I'd take Reggie Miller over Steph Curry on my team.
No.
I'd take. I'm not saying he's a better player. I'm just saying, like, I would take him because of that era. Like, you put Reggie Miller in today's game, and he was a better. He played
Reggie
both
Miller
sides
was
of
with
the ball.
that, he'd be lethal in today's game.
Yeah.
But Steph
I'm not
Curry-
saying he's a better player than Steph. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm saying that, but it's almost like with the whole, I think LeBron James is objectively a better player than Kobe Bryant. I would take Kobe Bryant on my team 10 times out of 10 over LeBron. I would
Yeah,
take
'cause-
Kobe over LeBron on my team, even though I think LeBron's the better player.
Yeah, I mean, because there's things that go into it as far as like how good they are as teammates, their commitment to the team. Because Kobe did things, at least later on in his career, from a leadership standpoint that I don't think LeBron does.
Yeah.
But Steph Curry, one thing you're not mentioning is his ability to create his own shot.
I literally gave him.
Did you?
Yes. Did you
Okay,
not hear that?
hold on. Well, here's the thing. Well,
I said there's one thing
okay.
to call him
Let
a
me
great shooter.
finish my
Okay,
point. Okay.
I did take that point.
Steph Curry's ability to create his own shot over Reggie Miller just makes this a non-conversation for me because he's one of the best ball handlers in the
Yes.
league today.
Yes.
Probably only bested by Kyrie Irving. But Steph, his ability to create space, and that's a reason why I believe even in hand checking era, he'd still be a threat. He'd still be deadly. He wouldn't be the same, obviously, but he'd still be deadly.
Yeah, that's why when I made the point just a few minutes ago, I said that the thing about Reggie Miller, the thing about Steph Curry is that he's one thing being the greatest shooter, but the difference between him and somebody like JJ Redick is that Steph creates his own shot JJ Redick can't create his own shot.
Well, that was Reggie Miller too. Reggie
Yes.
Miller was one of the best ever at moving without the basketball, coming off screens, catching it, firing away. So he'd love that in today's game, but he wasn't the kind of guy to dribble at the top of the key, go between the legs, step back, take a three every once in a while. But Steph lives off that.
Yeah. So we got Sir Ruin.
Yeah, Steph's real quick, Steph's degree of difficulty of and obviously Reggie was famous for that too. Like some of his off balance shit that nobody was doing to that level. And Steph's kind of only accelerated that since he's been in. So.
Sir Ruin of House Roundhead for $5 and another $5 from Sir Ruin. I'm pulling for the Celtics Warriors finals. I'm rooting for the Celtics, and I have friends that are Celtics fans and others that are Warriors fans.
It's just a nightmare scenario for me.
Yeah,
it really is. I hate the Warriors, but if it comes to Warriors Celtics, I'm gonna have to root for them. I do not want to see the Celtics get 18 and be one ahead of my Lakers. God.
Paul Blunt, Isaiah greater than Curry. I would definitely take Isaiah over Curry. Joe C818 GVS Musa, just so Jay don't cry. Correction on my top 10 list, take out Pete Maravich and replace him with Michael Jordan. And I know it's easy to kind of just dismiss Let it because
there's no conversation
automatically at the top.
Yeah. We'll give you a pass.
Yeah. Let me see.
I don't know if I can put Dr. J. As much as I love Dr. J, if you're talking about his on the floor stuff,
you have to you better be including his ABA stuff, because if you're talking strictly NBA greatest players of all time, he's not in there.
Yeah, I mean,
but
you have to include
stuff.
the ABA stuff, but still top 10.
Jonathan's asking me, Jeremy, who's the best wide receiver in the NFL right now? It's Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
it's Cooper Kupp. I mean, the man's phenomenal.
Well, I love Cooper Kupp, and I do think he's a very, very complete wide receiver, and he works his ass off and shit. There are so many good young wide receivers in the league, though. When you look at what Stephon Diggs has been doing, when you look at what what's his nuts up in
Jay in the thong.
What's his nuts up in Minnesota, who's still there in Minnesota. On the other side, Justin Jefferson. When you look at what Jamar Chase did with the Bengals and Joe Burrow,
Jamar Chase
holy
is going to be
shit, dude. He is going to be a problem for the next 7 years.
Wait a minute. I got to respond to this. So Chris says in the chat, does Johnny mean 17 with an asterisk with that bubble title? Listen, okay, like 13 of the Celtics championships happened at a time where free agency didn't even exist in the NBA. They were able to stack their teams and nobody could do anything about it. So, I mean, how good have they been in the last 2 decades? Not very good. So I don't want to hear that.
Chris Ellis says Ryan is the voice of God right now off screen.
That's right. Yeah. Someone said Tyreek Hill single-handedly wins games.
I disagree.
Tyreek Hill also single-handedly gets 2 receptions for 30 yards every other game.
Yeah.
He is so fucking bang or bust.
Cup is the reason Tom Brady doesn't have another Super Bowl.
He is. Well, it's kind of more so defense who got promoted or whatever. That's another discussion for another time. But
play though.
And if you're talking all-time receiver, it's Jerry Rice. But I think Randy Moss is the most talented wide receiver ever. He just didn't have the work ethic that Jerry Rice had.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Cooper Kupp is his when you look at his story, and obviously because he's white, but in terms of Cooper Kupp, I love his story and just how hard he fucking works, and the fact that he was doing and putting up the numbers he was with Jared Goff, and then Matthew Stafford comes in, and he actually has a very talented, skilled, and experienced quarterback, and he immediately becomes the best wide receiver in the league. Sorry. What the fuck you do over there? That's all right. We are
apologies, chat.
Jay's just dropping his mic and shit everywhere.
I think the mic's done making noise at this point, though.
You could. That's fine. I like how we gave Jay his shoes so he could stop showing his feet. He just never put them on.
What was that about?
But we are going to end it here, though, guys. We wanted to make sure we did one of these streams.
Hey, ask them if they're going to go live soon, Jay, so we can plug the stream if they're going to go live. So find out. Ask Krista.
Yeah, people ask him where I am. Actually, real quick, I'm going to go and move. I'm going to move this camera around a little bit and show you guys this room, which we never actually did. All
All right, so Krista, Stephanie, and Ivan are gonna go live on Geeks and Gamers Twitch channel with a hot tub stream. So you might see us joining in on the fun as well. So that's the Geeks and Gamers Twitch channel. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I appreciate all of the support here, as Ryan does, as Johnny does, as Jay does.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of fun. And again, yes, we hope to do this more often and consistently in the future. The best way to support us is obviously on geeksandgamers.com, our website, becoming a premium member. That is a fixed cost that I don't have to worry about Google or Mama Susan or any other thing like that. But if you guys, like what you see, more support we get, the closer we can get to doing this. Jay is dancing off screen right now. It's making me feel very uncomfortable. But I'll see you guys on the Geeks and Gamers Twitch channel here in about, I'd say probably 10 minutes. They'll probably get started. Have a great night. Jay's feet are freaking me out, and we will talk to you later. Ryan, all yours.
Bye.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Glad we could do this. Yes, we will talk to you next time. Peace.